Another episode, in fact, the 6th episode of the most intriguing, factual, truth-only political show we to me in Ghana. And the next chapter show no dey say that they be a Mexicano. It's a platform to let the Ghanaian voter have a reason to vote. Yay, I New Patriotic Party. And the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign. Ye GDN say, or mine edu bia bia. Esese ye hwe bibia yedru. Na ye nyina kan ho bom. Na ye toato adwen. Ye nyanti ase bibia pese ye de omane ko. Na efri ene kokopem December 7th no. Ho be hia say ye ne Ghana ni bi o Ghana ha afane nyina benyansa woso na edi nkomo. Na se wo koto aba no on the 7th of December, which mean we say enyina so a me wa me de kwakoto aba ne. No kre ne say 7 December abato no ye between mpenimfo mienu. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the former president John Dramani Mahama. Former president John Dramani Mahama when ya ho kwan abeye member of parliament paying when ya ho kwan abeye minister of state. When you be a vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Or signed by a ho say and Twabamano in 2012. Now on be your mampini, no credit, some be kaya, or be catch a IE debate 2012 say, or ye spare driver, and see or share Yaman Quina on be your main driver. Now on one chiche Ghana mine. On my in the Subi MIA. Boshe bebre. And so yen nyina be gia to mu say by the time I do 2016 no na how any amane no abebre so dia abebeto yeso no enye bi nie and am enunti ema Ghana yen nyina agi to mu say ese eto aba ema na nadodan kwekufado ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na nadon so ebe ne de mo be gia to mu say between the year 2017 bepem 2020 nneoma bebre ena nana do danko ekufo do aban etumi de bre nkanaman ena manu so nti ema yesan so to aba ema nana do se onto aso na onye bi enka ho eno ena yegina so ema election 2020 to aba man nana do danko ekufo do no krepa ne se between the year 2020 and 2024 it has been one of the most difficult times in the life of the global economy. A name you know kasi we are see fan na ubia a struggle because you encounter pandemic bia na yare boni bia na we are say enhu bida in about 100 years or more. In fact, abakosem kire say the last time we are say shia sa how yi in the year 1918 yare bia na friend Spanish flu ebaye. Since then, no, now we are seeing who be sada until 2020 COVID. Now COVID ya really buy, you know, and the how be brave, we are say afane nyina. And I'm no sunti amene, me no kase amaya etwehia we are seeing nyina pre say ye betumi atete ye ho eyi ye ho efri how any amane a COVID ya reboni edibre. COVID nsunsanso no eye bebre. Ebe ne se ebusuafo adofo ene enuanu bebre ehwe omonkwa ebi nso ne se school nsem ana homenso nsem ekechire ma nipa bebre. There were some people na nka so mo graduate earlier but COVID nti emom school nsem no twetwe saye nti na yese mo de afe baako ebi nkra de mfimienu ebeka ho COVID ema nkrofo enwuma eguye companies shut down companies bebre ho a omunwuma eseye. And I'm so ema nkrofo ehwere omunwuma ema omukọ ekokate na efie COVID ema wiase nyina mansan sikase nyina eseye basa krane se amaya omusoso omumu aduru ananka nyina ebe gi atom se nkomo de and come be the deal crown. And so only be calm. To the point to say, United States of America crown. A drew baby no. Now, inflation, a movie cost raw, now be that in about 40 years. United Kingdom, UK, inflation cost raw, no be that in about 40 years. In fact, UK crowd in the year 2022, no, within 6 months, no matter some prime ministers in you, it's an say now what China does so. Until now, almost share I say, omi to me who be ana. Turkey, a drew baby no, normal inflation all the way up to about 80%. Asia, China, Japan, South Korea, any Myanmar more Asia, Malaysia, I knew mudi dry a cranium me free ho. COVID emo to a mining over a year and more. In fact, China cried the no say still omun to me be omun mine to say na city answer COVID bebano. Enti sa Myanmar no mudi dry nyina ne omun ho nsem nyina enti. Yen so ebi be kan yen. De tie ne say oto normal free China. Na say China COVID nti oma shut down oma to oman ni mu. Omo mfidie nsem no oma teso ne ade a de tie bia ebi be kan ebe hawo. Nti ema normal bo eye den e wo wiase amansen dwa so. A enu nti ebi ebe kan Ghana man. De tie ne say se ne tie bia no. Tama COVID ba no. Na yeguso a ye siesie yesikasem esiesie economy na ye nyina ye nan so ye nwie enti no krepa ne se e kan yen ho mpoporoye no epem yen se ne epem aman nyina no enso oman bia ne se ne effect no anase nsonson so enya wono so no emudro esetiye. Just as all other countries are working hard to get themselves out of it no, Ghana they yenso ya in the past 3-4 years ne say yebe kan ho abom na ya bomoden na ya tete ye ho efri nsonson so bone a COVID yare ebe to yen enumu ano na Russia and Ukraine for ntokwan so ebaye enyina enim say Russia and Ukraine a critical aspect in the global supply chain. Nyoma bebre ya kra ayede ye adan ho nyoma iron steel ne nyama efi Ukraine wheat some any normal fertilizer ho nyoma dodo na e craft Russia. In fact, amayamaya ye toye mo Vietnam ne Brazil ne ade ye toye mo efi ho eba o man we mu no. Omo bebre omo rely on Russia for nitrate ne nyama ombe hia na omo de aye fertilizer. Enti no krepa ne say ehun sunsanso no bomb no yanto amba Ghana etuo no yanto amba Ghana eso ehun sunsanso no ebi kan eso se na de bia meka no ye ka se kendifo papa kendini ana kendifo oye papa no enkyere se amanehunu ne abebrese ne ohaw emba kendini papa ene kendifo a so haw ne abebrese ne amanehunu ba onto ne nsanko wiem na onka se media be yodwanfunu dia mo beye bia monye enye dia mo kana mitie mintio bia dia mepese me ya na meye na mum kendini papa ene kendini aso ha ne abebrese ba otumi dia kokoduro kase no kra busiafo hawaba na mum megide se yenyina kan ho bomu a yebetumi ye yin ho efrim mo kai fellow Ghanaians address na dan kwakufado eye no. There was a particular day a okache Ghana ha nyina se bibia yedru no ogide se ese ye ma ye nikọ se yebetumi abo ye nkwa ho ban because COVID no enei ena ebi nyawa ye nimu ekwa ye befa so ye besoso ano enti nkwohwe nkwa. But when it came in 2020 all the way to 2021 no na we asia fa na nyina obi edim se ne ye besoso ano enti ebusuafo wuye adofo wuye enafofo wuye. Nanado told us say that was a time where he believes that we needed to save lives. Yenfa ya ho de ne bibia fa bo nipa enkwa ho ban because obi a ye hwe no COVID mbre no enei ye wo sika dan makra ye ntumi nsan fa enkofa ne mba na mum okan say ye economy ne de se ne sitie bia no sese kra ye betumi aye adwuma na yetumi asan ama economy no abegya nan so. The president told us we agreed, we worked together and we protected lives. Ghana World Health Organization ejitum say Ghana eya maya ye boy ho modern pan when it comes to the management of the COVID pandemic. Ghana eka ho. We saved a lot of lives by virtue of the strategies and the systems that you're putting in place. But in doing that, our economy was affected. And what we've been doing over the period is to recover that aspect of your challenges. Yeguso, yenwie, yeguso, etoto ye niama. Ye gidi say, bibia ye free, any bibia ye bedri. Si ye kaya humbu mwa. Ni nyina ye yakoba kone adwemba kone ye kase, di ayaje no yembo humban. Na ase yakwaku, ni yenkonko didi aka nechia. Ghana would be able to ensure say we get back on our feet even stronger and better than we aspire as a people. What we cannot do, they yen to me here and they say, ye bet ye de ahopepre ene entrone nkontompo ebe ma yakase ade ne sene aye no yen sen ne yentungu na at the end of the day no kakra na yetumi aye no kwa no wan hwa na no so akwakoye den akwakokose. The best leader is not the absence of challenges and difficulties, but the best leader is the leader who, in the presence of difficulties, challenges, and struggles, has the courage to mobilize the people to work together and get us out of those difficulties. That is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is promising and assuring the good people of this country going into the future. On the next chapter show, the ayane say, ye dia aban we ye baye, ye beto ye, dia yen yetumi aye, dia aka ye gidi say yen tumi aye, ni ye wia, ya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eni swadi hu a owo, ema yen asoman. Ye gidi say, uko take a decision between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and former President Mahama. Esa wo hwe say mpanimfo mienu we omumu hwan ene ye wo gidie say ode nokre akomapa ene integrity ebeye adwuma. Clearly between the two leaders there, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is standing tall, and that is why we believe say going into these elections, we as a people must rally ourselves together behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and get into this election, elect him so he can consolidate the gains we have made. Obebo and the pie to me and buy. Na afi dia akana yentumi ye no. We to me aboa na wahwe na waye. Ene ye bedi mebum youth, sports, any employment ehun komo. Yaka education, yaka health, yaka road, yaka transport sector, railways, aviation, marine, and maritime. Ene on the next chapter show, we discuss youth and sports development. What has been the MPP scorecard under sports? What has been the MPP scorecard under youth development? What has been the MPP scorecard when it comes to entrepreneurship and job creation? This is the next chapter. Stay with us for the next 1.5 hours and let's talk about the facts and the issues. Aha, yen chantro. Aha, yen diatem. Aha, yen kasentia penibia. Empo, yen kasentia akwalebia. Yedia yetumia ye, no kre wumono, in ye bekachro. Na wahwe no so, na odi atuaba amaye. Ebuzafo, sports development. And just as we always do, ye jidi say, the new patriotic party, ye ba beimua, ye boy a humoding, essaying the National Democratic Congress. And no dear, a dear bakwa, ye wujidi wumupa. And sajidi, based on the facts and the issues and your emotions. Ye dear in ye. And this is also omodia, fambrani and fantotomo. So what omodia na so jidi say, omodia no based on the facts, omodia ne ekwe enimsen ya. What they built to me at their moment. But ye dear, you would jidi pass when you look at the facts and the issues, we've done better than the NDC when it comes to sports development. Oman for bar between the year 2000 and 2001, who say Ghana, your sports and seminal, a kechi kakra, a tosin kakra, especially when it comes to infrastructure and no be holding the entire sports development. And to quickly or decide say or be putting a lot of investment into providing sports infrastructure. Into mobile kaya within the period, or constructing and or renovating several sports facilities. And mostly you'd recall that a lot of them were once and no any holding second year Sapon Stadium, Tamale Stadium, or upgrading Accra Sports Stadium and the Babaya Sports Stadium. That was the time we saw infrastructure development. You have opportunity. You do hold the African Cup can 2008. And African friend is saying football history. Like I say, it was one of the best hosted shows, and I say football tournament. Until Oman Peninkufo be provided all of these infrastructural development within the period. But you better to say, you know, from that period, man said, in fact, in fact, Kakano Yen Komuja to Oman say a proye. Apart from Sa Stadium, I am a Bubodi, Sipon, Tamale, Accra Sports Stadium, and you see, Sanso Costati Cape Coast Sports Stadium. I'm a share Cape Coast Sports Stadium, Asiansa, Odin Nejuma, Toho, Ansa Wako. Now, the MPP over the period, in terms of sports infrastructure and sports investment, you know, Obiediwa, Obetumi Akase, Nejuma Esenyen in the New Patriotic Party. And then I'll prove that President Akufo-Addo's remarkable effort in developing Ghana's sports sector is commendable. That was a continuation of normal Oman Kufo Ebabeye. And see, all the sports infrastructure development Kufo year between 2001 to 2009, from 2008, from 2009 to 2016, you know, confirm a jojo it had to take Oman Kufo as for to come back 8 years later before we try to come and rebuild. And that is the point I always make. Say, Madaroma, some mistake been a year in 2008. For the first time in the history of this country, let's give the MPP an opportunity to continue a third term and bring whatever we are doing to a complete finality. Sankaye to me an opportunity to us no more Mampeninku for year and so precopa. Anka ye koye ni mu intentem sense na ebesi ayenda eya se mbre bia ye ba na ya be siesie ne oma no ye wi a na ye de yama ya no maba no ma be se no na ye aya se aba biem ye ba ye beba no kakra na ye na nka se ye to aso no o ma se nti se sai koye chi ye sai koye biem na ye sai ba eya na etwe oman na ye den e koye chi. And that's why we are saying that based on what we've been able to do, we should be allowed to continue. Most of the sports stadium we have to come and renovate and come and facelift them. Accra Sports Stadium, we had to put in, a friend is 2018, we had to put in a lot of investment to renovate Accra Sports Stadium. This is a news article in 2021. Accra Sports Stadium at 98% completion. Kumasi Stadium to be closed down for renovation. 2019, Kumasi Sports Stadium, we had to put in an investment to do that as well. Renovation works at Babaya Sports Stadium, Kumasi nears completion. In 2021, now yedesa jumedie no so eba ewie. It's something that na as a hard drain when we continuously have a situation where yeba ya de ni nyina ewie yebe a na omoba na mabese no the hard drain. It becomes very difficult. Aliyu Muhammad Sports Stadium to undergo renovation 2023. And also, it's something, an investment that the government had to do. Renovation of National Sports Stadium done in phases. You'd realize that for 8 years at NDC for Bayern. Question is, obi so want to say, stadium now, Oman Peninkufo ba be see nyina ojaye Esipon, Tamale, Kumasi, Accra, Cape Coast, obey nyan, owie no. What happened to it? For 8 good years, no. What did they do? I nunti. Oman Peninkufo had to come back again before we come and get all of these things done for the people of this country. Now Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Ba-Abeamu, one of the things they realized was that beyond sports infrastructure now, you can't want some stadium, no. We needed to build the community sports. Say, mantem, no. What are we doing to ensure, say, Ghana for baby awo bia no ubenya facility bia say o pese we engage in sports. We a young boy, we a young girl. Ah o pese we develop our talent in sports. Abet we nya facility bi na we use. Na answer na me baso no. Mo me hear video we na utie video we wi na fe mama mo all the facts and the details behind the video. Mo me hear video here renowned sports journalist Dan Kwaku Yeboah and some more kaye when it comes to sports development under Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Under Nanado Kwame,
yeah,
before he assumed office, na AstroTurf say Ghana yet 3 miensa. Say those days me kaipa say kotokobo African kapa. No nya AstroTurf. They had to travel from Kumasi to go and camp in Sogakope so they can have access to AstroTurf. As we speak, there were about 150 AstroTurfs are constructed.
Really?
Oh yes. Into a bus sports infrastructure Kwame and no nanchen. Where stadium na and a stadium na yekase President Kufuor C2. Nana do see 10. 6 are ready for commissioning.
Really?
Oh yes. Na stadium youth centers no. And just stadium and yabobo also. A sports complex. Into your tartan tracks you did 2 America. A grass sports stadium say you eat tartan tracks if you. Any other sports baby above volley into like a complete sports complex.
How come say NT Sansen win now?
Come say a ministry nankazano say we are 10 and a 6 are ready for commissioning. Come share Legon a stadium. President Kufuor started and winning. She say it's almost completed. For the first time, Ghana warm up tartan track e Legon. Apart from stadium now, President Akufo-Addo see for African Games. For the first time in our history, you are saying a warm up tartan tracks. When international competitions, athletes they need to warm up. Ya ye bi Legon. You are saying a rugby stadium e Legon for the first time in our history. Kwame, Oko Botemana, you see swimming pool, aquatic center. And the last time any federations require inspection, almost say it is one of the best swimming pools in Africa.
I see.
Aquatic center, tennis court, any indoor sports hall. And these are all infrastructure about we are provided for sports alone, not to talk about other sectors.
Now, what does
Kwame, apart from that, Kwame, renovation of our stadium under President Mahama, you have 3 sports ministers, they all promised renovating their grass sports in Obianye. Muntaka promise one year. Honorable Nilante promise one year. Dr. Mustafa also promise just a grass sports in renovation. But about we are here, our renovations need now. And what's our yes infrastructure?
This is how far Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Dr. Bawumia government is going in building the fundamentals of our sports in our communities. A critical, a crucial. And I'll come to the details. My bad details, but the point is that I realize here, we need to find a way to make sure a region, district, constituency, no. You better be in sports facilities, youth, no better because now it's big business, a big exports, football, athletics, rugby, all manner of sports. It's a big deal. But as a country, you need to develop it. How do you develop it? You need to provide the facilities for the people. And see, a buying start here say, provide the sports infrastructure across the country, all over the country. Now we started into the National Youth Authority, government through the National Youth Authority, started youth resource centers. Now youth resource centers, your friend of youth resource center and say, and yes, stadium a bias stadium or stadium now. No, the facilities will be account to Rahwa table tennis court, lawn tennis court, baby a share football, baby a badminton, baby all manner of activities for the young people. A bit of tartan tracks, a 2 America was near there, and that's why it's called a resource center for the youth. But it's a full-blown sports stadium. Buying AC, buying a provider for each of the 10 regions, and not as at the time. But no can say the other 6 new regions, and also the EBA up. Youth resource centers construction begins in all 10 regions. This started in 2018. 2018, and here where Ninahin Youth Resource Center. The next one, Koforidua Youth Resource Center. This is what was commissioned recently and a few months ago. And nay, Obiote Koforidua where is still catcher say this is one of the best infrastructure that they've seen in the region for years. One of the best infrastructure they've seen in the region. In fact, the recent Independence Day no krano aha and you host a full-blown stadium with all other facilities are here to develop the youth resource center ewo yendi northern region there in here enti Greater Accra there ewo ho Kaneshi Sports Complex Volta region there ewo ho Volta region there no krano. So I think say recently we did I think that before Kofodua Independence Day Independence Day no ewo ho no Eastern region Kofodua ni in a Hindi Ashanti region Bono region there was Doman Hinkru, Donkwa on a fin, our central region, Western region there was Axim, Northern region there was Yendi, Upper East region there was Navrongo, and the Upper West region there was. Ladies and gentlemen, this government is putting up 10 sports stadia at the same time for every region. And the 6 new regions, and so this must be completed, this must be protected, and then the other 6 and also must be given an opportunity to also have DS. When it comes to the sports centers, and I say the youth resource centers, this is a scorecard. The reason why the youth resource centers are important is that it helps to bring these facilities very close to the people. Gone were the days and Azuma Nelson Sports Complex, Ewo Kaneshi. Azuma Nelson Sports Complex, that is a venue for the Greater Accra and as a location for the Greater Accra Youth Resource Center. Why can't we have it for every region? And that's what the government has done. Between 2009 and 2016, the NDC did zero, nothing, absolutely nothing when it comes to developing these youth resource centers. In fact, Azuma Nelson Sports Complex, by the time I about Bemuna Atatia Pansam, a pro, today it's been facelifted. This is our scorecard. Between 2017 and 2024, youth resource centers, 10 of them in Aboagye put it up. 3 have been completed, 7 at various stages of completion. Most of them are at about 95%, 90% completion rate. This must be protected. This must be consolidated, and then it would give an opportunity for the other new region 6 in Akano for them to also have DS. Another innovation, and idea bakwa Aboagye we so sade aba very important, crucial, the astroturfs. Now astroturfs, the objective of government, and they say, the youth resource centers and about region B, region B, and the every constituency and now every district, and so enya astroturf. Now young friend develop talent. So imagine every district or every constituency has a football club. And imagine every district or every constituency has these astroturf football pitches on the also. Just imagine what will happen to Ghana football and Ghana sports and then the Ghana youth and those with the talent in this country. And unti and I buy or yeah na dream say a coin be so you be provided these astroturfs. As at the time I buy bemu na Ghana total of astroturfs and what Ghana for astroturfs do ade wo man we mu eye insia 6 insia no krampo na emu miensa eye private people there and there the whole country, the whole of this country, the country had 3 astroturfs. That is all we had in this country. And the government Nana Danko Ekufuor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia government resolved to say ekwen bia ebe faso you be making sure say sa facilities ebe close to the people at the constituency and district level. No, we are going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, with all excitement and in all humility, we are glad to announce this government has unprecedentedly provided astroturfs in the history of this country. Abembia and Yebida. Astroturf I Jankrum Methodist School any Alajo hey omo astroturf any Bremai astroturf. Look at this beautiful facility. Now our facility our community. A bear day and a lot more Michaelisians, a lot more Kudus Mohammed, a lot more Thomas Partey. This is the Abasa astroturf. Agona SDA Training College or astroturf in here. Senchi astroturf in here. Eyinase astroturf in here. Ofuase Honorable Kojo Ponkroma. Ofuase Ayiribi AstroTurf nie Achemansa district omo AstroTurf nie Salaga AstroTurf nie Madina AstroTurf nie Madina AstroTurf udu Libya Kotesa ufa Libya Kotes na do abun say ewo Libya Kotes wo eho AstroTurf a emrante ne maba enya edi agro nie. This is our scorecard when it comes to AstroTurf development in this country. Between 2009 and 2016, AstroTurf miensa pe and a buying it provided a man on mining. Between 2017 and 2024, Nanado dan kweku for the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia buying. Every year AstroTurf 114. You see AstroTurf 114 every year. They are na ewo ho no miensa na ewo ho no emu baako a na esese ye siesie no yaye na they are yegusu a ye ya ye nwie ya eye in progress 35 na objective ne say at least one constituency one AstroTurf nansi ya me my beloved Ekwapem North Ekropon constituency yenya ye de kama National Lotteries Authority Renew Bema Sami Awuku Ababesi Amayen from the National Lotteries Authority. Very beautiful interface ene se wokọ Ekropon na ubisa say ehimfa na brand be to be develop your talent. We aka so yenko PT is a big field. And PT is a big field a stadium. This is what the government has done. It's what the government has done. They say all the state agencies, state institutions, government of Ghana, Obiebwa, District Assembly Common Fund, Ebwa, AC AstroTurf, National Lotteries Authority, AC AstroTurf, Ghana Gas, AC AstroTurf, GMPC Foundation, AC AstroTurf. Everybody is helping. Obia Ebwa to make sure say Aban would realize this objective of providing one constituency with one AstroTurf. This must be protected. This has been achieved, unprecedented. Never happened before in the history of this country. As at the time I ba Bemu in 2017, na Ghana AstroTurf say we nyina eye miensa. Enei 114 yewie 35 ongoing. This is a major achievement. Nobody can downplay it. And as I would drive it, now nam Ajenga no hono wo kwa Ajenga no now do benkum so a na aka na we drew towards former President Rawlings via. You see young people playing football at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Light is so. Talent development ongoing. Now they feel AstroTurf no so cry and say, and your football name me can kwane so, and your sports and kwane. It is even providing the communities with locations and venues for social activities. Internally, AstroTurf weddings, funerals, any day some communities are even having multiple use for these AstroTurfs. This must be protected so that constituencies they also have an opportunity to get it. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's objective and the next chapter for youth and sports development and say every constituency in this country, every district in this country must have at least one AstroTurf. Menoka say in Ghana there are some constituencies that are more than one. In Sawo Madreji has about 3 AstroTurfs or so. Every constituency must have this opportunity. Or compare parties in Yenuna, Bako ye miensa, Bako aye 150. Clearly, making a decision between these two political parties is very easy. Bako deliver, Bako ekasa unto me deliver. And that is our scorecard. And this is what we stay. And then we know kasi enyumrei. By this time, ebi mo bo Sunday Stars. Echena ebi mo Monday Stars. About 5:30, 8 p.m. na ebi mo bo football. Eboa ema omukro mo in the corporate world no krampo no. Onya kwan bi so etenete na po mu. Ade sa 10 kra otumi kotrete na po bo pass balls nkakrakra na wakoda anopa na wako edwuma. Opo edwuma no kodu fie 8. Otumi sansesa na won hye boot. Eko AstroTurf so eko bobo. You know, this is how you engender. As our mind provide this high environment, you might move for to me. Enya hoto kakra. No mu to me jiji omoni kakra. Enye de bia na ukoda no wenya no track no akwadwuma no akoda no wenya no. And the government is actually provided. And nei nkola enya playground. Enkane no nanka nkola ye pie ba bonte benya bebi hia. Edi nkomodi agro. Edu bebi na essay ye lose ni nyina. recent times, children were no longer coming out to play because there were no playgrounds. There were no community spaces. We didn't have communal spaces, open spaces for children to engage and play. And see, almost mantem and I say almost area because they don't come out. They don't have safe places to play. Astrid FC provided safe places for our children to engage, to play, to socialize, and to engage a lot more. At least it brings the community together. At least it keeps the young people together. It provides spaces and places for young people to engage, know each other, contribute ideas, and then ensure that the society is being built on a healthy ground. Therefore, we are taking a decision on 7th December, and that decision must be based on who delivers. In the midst of the challenges, who delivers. Yawo how ne amane ne munyina no hwan na adwuma no oye. Oha na bebrese de ebeba ebeto obia ne mum between mpenimfo mienu no hwan na betime. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a doer. John Mahama, His Excellency the former president, is a talker. He talks, Dr. Bawumia does. That is a fact. And Yaminameka, the numbers are speaking for itself. Yeguswa yeke nyina yi. Na yebisa ye ho say infrastructure na yesi no krampo no. How does it position this country in the eyes of the global community? Ekwan be ne faswa ema yesisi nti yesisi wie no mfaso be ne ebenya wo so. Omampeni kufo ehya ase say OC University of Ghana Sports Stadium when we enofi aban mu painfully for 8 good years yenya ban foforo omo wie sa stadium no. And I keep saying it. It's time you be ma ho kwan na ban atoa so wie na dwuma prekope because nsonso ni bi no for 8 years University of Ghana Sports Stadium white elephant wa efu aye forest. It took the same on Mampenin Kofo to come back and come and complete University of Ghana Sports Stadium. If you know, and you see Boteman Sports Stadium. Now, I make all African Games in America. Mr. Momeya share Boteman Sports Stadium video. No, you show we are me ba ne yababetua nkomo so. Boteman Sports Stadium.
There's a place where dreams come alive, where the rhythms of the land fill the air. Come and join us on this beautiful journey. Experience the African dream. From savannah to the deep blue sea, feel the heartbeat of this land so free. Nature's beauty reigns supreme. Experience the African dream. Africa, experience the African dream. Experience the African dream. Experience the African dream. Yeah, we are strong and beautiful, rich in every way. From the east to the west, north to the south, all around this beautiful land. Africa fair. Experience the African dream. So let us embrace this sacred place with open heart and a sense of grace. Experience the African dream so divine, forever in our hearts and minds. So let us embrace this sacred place with open hearts and a sense of grace. Experience the African dream so divine, forever in our hearts and minds.
Such a beautiful edifice. Anyway, what the core competition? Yeah, the Boteman Sports Stadium you kototo stadium we are finding in our head, and if it's a bit the second, it can compete with any sports facility you can think about in this world. 1,000-seater competition swimming pool. That is a 10-lane competition swimming pool. 8-lane warm-up swimming pool. 1,000-seater multi-purpose sports hall for basketball. badminton, boxing, table tennis, weightlifting, 500-seater temporary dome for handball, volleyball, judo, karate, taekwondo. Sa normal way nyina yesi ewo Boteman. Yasanso see the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, 10,000 capacity sports stadium with the modern Mundo track. Mate say, even University of Ghana Walker, you see one of the biggest rugby, is it the biggest rugby playing field in Africa? I hear. Ewo, friend say, University of Ghana. And this is what the MPP can do for this country. This is what the MPP can do for this country. This is what we have delivered for this country. This is what we have done for this country. We, NMA, you to me hosted the 13th African Games. Your man is fair. So we host the African Games and that's more. Say Africa countries in Bebre, eba woman mun we host. It's because Aboagye provided the infrastructure. Into mobile astroturf ICC and also na countries yomu training across the city. Stadium ICC University of Ghana, Boteman Sports Complex ICC. We share Boteman kwanya ya ye. I ne ebie ashalebuche emu towards your friend is saying the motorway. A kwanya afe ye bie amache say ne the investment are buying Asia no is an investment that is worth protecting. I see a bomb buying near some ye na you making sure now the air say you can't see a baby see your friend is saying your baby 13th for African Games. You say wow man pinda that don't join the one mama. I see oh I didn't cry between I late. Former Ghanaian president urges country to pull out of staging African Games, 28 October 2022. Former President Mahama has urged his country to pull out of staging next year's African Games if it's not too late. I say I didn't to me yet. I say he's warning that the games would severely stretch our already precarious finances by millions of cedis. And I did to me you watch ye or mine you watch ye into me yet into a bay I na Ghana de ye no bibie no aye ebetu aye intino ye ntumi nye he is recommended say senkabe ya yenja ye manye. That is what he said. And on board the party for nyina no mu nyina di na chi say all African Games no kra no ye ntumi ye nti ye ntwum ye wie na busuafo Nyankopon a ompe bone Nyankopon a omma ne mba enemu ngu ase Nyankopon a owo na koma daga na man ho o make sure say all African Games no will become successful. I feel the African Games was a monumental disaster for Ghana. Ye na de na koye no. NDC for no minority in parliament. African Games was a monumental disaster. Ade na mo American man to be. Ball no man bobi. Volleyball man bobi. Badminton man bobi. Je say bibie no amuye bi o. Mo no ye wie no bia wiase afanye nyina Aboagye so say ya de. Esa ne say na mo senka emen ye. Yenjai na aye yenti aye mo ya. Afi do mo see o ade no was a disaster. But BBC organizers no omo boa na ya ade no ebo Ghana abaso na minority any omo leader so te Ghana ka de foforo. IOC member William Blake praises Ghana for successful hosting of African Games. IOC International Olympic Committee we are see afa na nyina omo hwe maye athletics say ye Olympic Games ni ade ni niam no o say Ghana ya ade pa we kwan ye fa so a ye hosti all African Games no na mo mi nchema ade ba ko wi so de kai o mampenda da say ade ni yenjai ye ntumi nye Ghana de ya ade betumi ya de papa bi anti yenjai yentie ene ye course no ye boa ye ho ne ye ka Ghana fo nyina ka mo ho bo mu mo hwe Ghana fo a course a call e friend say event no edu baby kwa da be e friend say recreation ama families enti badminton we be ko ne busuye bi no mo de omo boa mo busuye no ma kohwe football. It was very competitive. It was a fun-filled period for the people. And just no, the 13th African Games no was a period of bringing the people of Ghana together. Edu baby no, your pro ejuma na bankers or run a tie. no we yin see no that send the car mu no wa drive no we University of Ghana okoshe rugby okoshe hockey okoshe handball okoshe volleyball and so na papa yi say yenjai yentumi nye afa de Ghana for e sha ase say ye na ye winning medal back ye winning medal say oh ade no ka Ghana for no no mu so mo nya de ade no mu so mo nya de ye ndu ba bia oh medal table no amfa say me ka say mu njai mu ntie the athletes were not ready. The God who has given us his people the confidence to believe in possibilities. Say everything is possible if you put your mind and your heart to it. That it is possible to host a successful African Games as a country, Ghana, even in the midst of challenges. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the people of Ghana rallied together. And hosting one of the most successful African Games. Why? Because you believe in possibilities. And no, and the man Ghana recorded the highest medal in the history of all African Games for us. Medals were all African Games we know. You call all African Games via any medals in here. This was the games the leader of the opposition party can say yen to me yen yenjai. This was the games the minority in parliament can say we ended up hosting one of the best and most successful African Games ever in the history of all African Games. International Olympic Committee for ECA. We ended up winning one of the highest medals you can think of in African Games. The medals spoke for itself. Now, it is the reason why Bepemone, as we speak today, some we are aware, say former President Mahama, on to me and congratulating Ghana, any athletes for their performance at the All African Games. Some we are aware. It been simple that. Ahoya ben kwa, emuoya ben kwa, enibre ben kwa. President Kufuor says also University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Obeye Vice President 4 years, went to me and see one for Sanka. Obeye President 4 years, one for Sanka. Na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia bae oma besi awie asen akobo teman akobie kwan mu akosi sports stadium esi ho e hosti all African Games osi omunjai omunsi derby we are in difficulties but we still need to ensure that we put Ghana on the map ye hosti all African Games ye no musi Ghana for nya de eto hompe ye wie no Ghana for achieve one of the best performance in the history of all African Games ye bida than we did on the you winning medal say that like we did at the All African Games. In thinka the noble thing to do. The SSA we are say, okay say we did I got it wrong. Congratulations to the country Ghana. Congratulations to the athletes. Into omo call emnike yomu wini omampeni omo nya citizens. Omampeni da John Dramani Mahama. Omo je medals ya are they not citizens of this country? You are fighting to be president. Won't you be president over these people? Why? Why is it so difficult for you? I didn't know. Man say, "Ube to me, I congratulate you, Sankrofo." I didn't hear because they are your people. Your citizens. I now need you to me, and you're beyond the what's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So we understand. And nobody is faulting you for that. You have been president before. So we know your confidence level. We know your belief in possibilities. Until we are not surprised. Say, now we need GDA, say you bet me. And now we need GDA, so nobody is surprised about that. But at least, are successful. Your athletes, winning medals. Come and congratulate them. Me no say, it's sunny acquire your first one. Acquire force wa ye hosting all African Games in it. And I am reading say and draw an answer African athletics competition. It's a championship. You win a bid. You win a bid to host it in 2026. You win it. Emma abrofona ne African countries na akrampo catch and say kebeya Commonwealth Games in Ukraine and kayem bid. Why? Because they have realized, say, we did so well in the All African Games, and we have a capacity to do that. And in as African Athletics Championship, you bet to be a way. Now, Ebia Memeka, we say makama na broso we yentie the afoforo omo mo be experience all African games no omo kafa Ghana ho.
So your name and your country?
Oh, my name is Membi Aboagye. I'm a journalist from Nigeria.
And how did you find the games?
Very interesting and quite impressive from the Ghanaian government, because this is the first time they are hosting such a magnitude event, and they pulled it off in this crazy global economy, and they made everybody really comfortable, and we felt like
we felt like at home. Yeah,
it was great.
We felt like we were at home. And I was telling, few people there that I think there's any difference between Ghanaians and Nigerians. To be honest. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, it was a good tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of all the little issues here and there, which is bound to happen, but the fact that you're able to host this much, number of persons, like she said, in this crazy economy, because I mean the economy is affecting almost everybody. So it was a good tournament.
And then putting the athletes and officials and fantastic dieting,
Yes,
the food was enough.
we ate well.
Great.
I didn't miss one square meal. I ate 3 times a day. I swear.
You see that?
Yeah, the food was.
Great.
The food was.
People don't we like, as Nigerians, we like spicy. Yeah, we still enjoyed it.
So Ghana needs to now, uphold its legacy for hosting of this competition, and we hope that Egypt, which is the next host, will replicate or even, surpass what Ghana has put up here. Congratulations, Ghana.
Yes.
Your visitors, omo ba Ghana ebe experience all African game. These are athletes, journalists. All African games in so many countries, so many versions. Edia dance here for Ghana. Ekwan first why you host all African games. I think say ne. And you may utifie. Now we'll share videos here. Put your hands on your chest and be proud of your country for what we did with the All African Games, and the fact that we are even winning, if anything, a lot more of these laurels. Now, the assurance, and they say, Aboagye will continue to develop a lot more infrastructure. Then, Amaya Hodo Airfare and say, Yembedini host to Commonwealth Games in the others 9 days. We need a bid to host the African Athletics Championship in 2026. Aboagye is committed to build even bigger sports infrastructure than we have now. Yes, University of Ghana Sports Stadium no quickly, but government is committed in ensuring that we build a lot more of such facility. Yes, University of Ghana Sports Stadium no quickly. This is the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. This is a beautiful edifice. We a legacy that needs to be protected and even replicated as a other campuses. I mean, we should have the KNUST Sports Complex. Pajo Sports Stadium is developing area bigger. Senior University of Ghana Sports Stadium. No, it's a University of Cape Coast. It's a UDS. You see a University of Energy and Natural Resources near Koyebi. See a polytechnics near Koyebi. This is how you develop a country. Sports is a critical aspect of the economy of every country. If you do it and do it well, the dividends you will get as a country, is one that would have rippling effect in so many aspects. And that is what this government is committed to. We're committed towards building a sports infrastructural backbone that will harness talent. Ebema emebu mrantie mmaba omo wasa achede surunku we no omenya ebia a won be develop sa achede we. This is what Nana Danko Akufo-Addo has delivered to this country. Na ebusuafo mesremo momenya fantu yetimu say University of Ghana Sports Stadium President Akufo Ahya na ohya no wenwie ena NDC are buying by between 2009 and 2016. Let us put it on record. Say for 8 years, facility a wushei, omujato eho emane ye forest. It will be a use Madina to Accra Kwen Biabe say na University of Ghana sports with Akash and Room. It has to take President Kufuor Asifo to come back and the same MPP to come and complete this. Imagine, say, Anka Yama MPP to us right after President Kufuor, Anka we, Anka ye, This is one of the reasons why we are appealing to every voter, say, come December 7th. We have difficulties, we have challenges, but our success is say, let's give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that opportunity. Na kakrana ya no ombo ho ban na de aka na yentumi ye no onhwe no wie den enyema ye yanye ne saa omo ba ya no mo ba ombetwe ni nyina san ye ba na ya san so abehya ase biom esa ema ebre ebem ye sports no closely connected to sports is the general youth development emebun. They are the future of this country. Omuna omaida ati nyina esi omunai so. E kwan ben e na ban e fa so e developing mebu na ya hwe e make sure say abrante ne ababa bia bebe wo bia no obenya nine papa yeden e gina so. Ye gitum say mbrante ne maba e mebu e na ye the backbone. De ye nyina no ye momo. Enu nti e na Nana Dranko and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia immediately you prioritize the development of the youth. And in youth development, you are looking at skills, adding value to the young person. And education is crucial. And your education, you say, from the KG level all the way to the tertiary level, the various reforms and transformation are buying the EBA. It's geared towards ensuring, say, every young Ghanaian has the needed or the requisite skills to make a leapfrog into the future. So no Ghanaian youth should be left behind as a result of poverty. Anya shwe krano kwata na na dan kweku for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is saying say basic education is now up to the secondary level. Inti one co school krano or secondary school there obekwewie, and that is what this government has done. We secondary school no o tertiary o kwa so. So we could develop skills binso we develop skills, technical, vocational, and all manner of skills, including entrepreneurship opportunities. Ebema young person need to be baby in a super den ejina. And the most important thing is say Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia buying the innovation aye a pillar say a kwaya mranti a omo adwempo sonko ni ideas sonko bi ombetumi nya amboa no ombetumi this ideas no aba into reality. And see, there are lots of programs and systems and processes, activities are by Edeto Akwemu. We'll talk about the Youth Employment Program. We'll talk about the Ghana Entrepreneurial Agency, Ghana Enterprise Agency. We'll talk about the National Entrepreneurial Innovation Program, NEIP. And all those programs are buying the ABA just to ensure, say, the young Ghanaian will have an opportunity to also thrive and grow and be productive towards the development of this country. Why? Any ebedi kan aka ho asem why ye MPP eba and you see almost everything we talk about in this country ne fapem no obehwehwe ma bon say ekopie wo MPP abreso but over the period no why ye asesenya sakrae bebre ba enisuade hu ba akopɛ na why ye ewo President Kufuor realize ye say at some point na emebo ne mrantie nyumasem asay tama ye ba mu no. So the Youth Employment Agency was established to provide space for the young Ghanaian to work and contribute towards the development of this country, and at the same time obenya sike bi ayden ahye ne bottom nti dia why ye ne say wo ya brantie wo do ho bedom na ye training wa na ban aboa na ya fa wadwumem na wo so contribute towards the development of this country. Into why it was a response. President Kufuor to deal with the high unemployment rate MPP Abambebe in the year 2000. And that was introduced and launched in 2006 with the aim to provide decent employment. And now the news I didn't want to making sure say at the end of the day, a brand ne ababa ebi owo bia benya edume biaye. Wow, sir, or pursue all of that dreams. But in doing this, of course, national health insurance ye di hu komo mu hu say ye de ba NDC for ko hu ntokwa free senior high school ye de ba NDC for ko hu ntokwa free maternal care ye de ba NDC for ko hu ntokwa school feeding ye de ba NDC for ko hu ntokwa any number bebre. The point is that embra na ye de youth employment agency ye ba no. Let us put on record, say NDC fought the Youth Employment Agency, the introduction of it. They fought it simply because source of funding na President Kufuor person kofa no the Pia Youth Employment. Almost they be almost penny that. Almost penny a year who demonstrations here, who near baby almost they be NTS ye ma ma ade. What President Kufuor can say, oh, it's it we found me munejuba. Until the ebay say we are caller. Ye fa talk tax kitwe bimbra say be we are caller. You bet to me de saa sika no e de akoye youth employment na saa embrante dodo nyina enye adwuma am see o da bi ye ma wo mfa e friend saying talk tax bi and I'm sure a lot of you remember all the things they did through the CJA ne on the talk tax near there. Almost say they will not agree, they will not allow that to happen and all of that. But President Kufuor, just as MPP government always do, no, we made sure say ye be gina ye nice one, we stand firm and we introduced SAR 2006 and YE program here, and it was a stopgap measure to introduce various employment models. I cut it across socio-economic, political, religious, ethnic factors to cushion the youth from experiencing hardship. It was a temporary measure. President Kufuor Deba say, "You fan mbrante bebe no munye juma incho no munye." Inti President Kufuor no over 106,000 young people, and under President Kufuor, you form under youth employment across 7 models. Community education teaching assistant. Tumbekaya, why you started first under Kufuor no? Na teacher for people teachers be a normal year juma na why you tuyomoka. Community police, Kufuor police. That was one of the famous models. Kufuor police was introduced under President Kufuor. Presence officers, President Kufuor. Youth in fire assistance, waste and sanitation, graduate internship and industrial attachment model, and a community health workers model. So these were all introduced simply to ensure, say, a lot of these young people are unemployment na cost 2,000 muno na yepe solution quickly. No make I do baby no. President Kufuor my mebu nya koye line and I'm sure a lot of you remember to register those who were unemployed, and this was a stopgap measure within that period to ensure say we deal with it. Yeah, they buy, they fought it. They said they will not agree. They will not, and then fast forward, 2008, President Kufuor the way yaba 106,000 beneficiaries. Ya former Juma Kufuor police, prisons, health workers, people teachers. Yeah, they and this for say talk tax and yeah, mamun yeah a more mine or mobile pepe. And we're happy to get more talk tax cash. No more increase, And I keep saying it. They came to increase tax now. Now President Kufuor the banner almost say almost penal. When they had an opportunity, they increased it. It was almost car levy, no more car we are. Kai say almost presidents. Say ya no more here. Anytime at the pape be about my way, they will fight it. They for African games, sports crowd fight here. Sports. Ye media grow crowd fight here. So that almost automatic mode in inside the papa buy young kuntia because a bar a be kwam a buy no young penny. But almost all the time, history tells us say everything the NDC fights, almost all the time they make sure say omo ba bemu omo dada ya de nkontompo de ntro dada ya na to aba mo ba ade na almost omo penny omo ye no mo talk tax na President Kufuor de ba na de youth employment almost omo penny NDC for buy they increased it for two. Omo in the year 2009 no omo be year reforms enti almost sa anyway why National Youth Employment Agency no SSA no GIDA Ghana Youth Employment and Entrepreneurial Development Agency GIDA enti in 2012 no go through some review to strengthen its operations normally the entrepreneurship and almost side GIDA during the period under friends former President Mahama no 103,360 beneficiaries and almost far under the new GIDA under 11 models. Inti models now President the Kufuor the bar 7 no almost the 4 back home. Emani 11 and I say it was increased to 11, which was a very good thing. into community education teachers no omo health workers no police no e-health assistant no environmental protection officers omo de beka ho youth in Arabic, youth in coastal sanitation model, youth in fire service, youth in paid internship, youth in prison service, youth in omo de ebi beka ho, which was a very very good thing. But note this, President Kufuor had 106,000 beneficiaries. Omo drop no from 106,000 to 103,360. Into omo drop beneficiaries no e mane ba fam kra from bibia President Kufuor ejaye no. Then in 2013 mo kai the Jida scandal. Omo diska no. Jida sika no. Why ye sika na no mo say talk tax no omo mpe. Omo buy na fe de omo call cabinet ko approve increase talk tax no. This kind of more until they now they looted and shared the money. So in 2013, there was a huge scandal under the FNSA JIDA program. Omu chase can in DNA and crankre bikika. In fact, Mokai a confirmed saga no. So that was the time I confirmed saga. Almost see Omakoton confirm omo babenye omo. I feel you and confirm almost you confirming the 2 if Ghana Eco Burkina. Confirm na yede aban sika akoto. And you see there's a certain thing there so say onam na o ka say oba ne employment or ban so be man nkoko bu nketenkete na waton nkoko ba amaye. Someone say that's what he say you do. Or say obe man EACC nkoko bu nketenkete na watoto nkoko ma amaye. Na yeye nkoko na no mato. Omoto a na ye tonkosia na ye tonkosia na say kosia na sa na ya ton nkoko ma no so. That's how ton nkoko na say adwuma na gudu no. But the same model omo ka say omo ye guinea fowl o guinea fowl ne duru baby no ye koye no omo say in confirm na eden etu omo nyina akọ Burkina we couldn't find even one of this one. So robbing the state, the case of Jida, this was May 2013. omo wia Jida sikeni nyina chedie omo wia Jida sikeni nyina omo wia ni nyina chedie. We cannot forget about these things. Enche you 2013 yeah. We cannot forget. They stole them. Omu via mrantene mebusi kenye die. Egu Jida omu gu no. Adia President Kufuor shase a na ekone nimo no ye 106,000 anka bi enka oba na de bi aka ho no. Afekwa da obe drop no ko 103,000. Omu sika kakra kra nso no. Ugu no. Ediska ni nyina editwa wenum. Asontaba in another Guinea fowl controversy. And confirm ne nkoko de omu mfendi agroka. Former President Mahama Sada and the wasted opportunity for the Northern Development Authority. Tomo fowl mine sika. So omu kwa ye mpuntu juma wo north. No mu de aboa emmebu ni mrante e wo north. Omu wie no, omu di ni nyina, omu first kan nyina die. Omu chedi without recourse to the future of this country. But of course, after all of these scandals and sikedie basabasa omu go Jida no. Jamiadom MPP aban sabaye. What have we been doing? This is what we've been doing. Into Yaba Bemu in 2017, no, President Kufuor assigned a pija why President Kufuor and Dr. Mahmoud Bamia assign so pija why a Jumadirim beam. And the models in the eba ebeka ho. In fact, during the period, over 689,848 beneficiaries. And I had omabeka why 689,848 and I do omabeka why. And you see, if you see progress, in fact, this is a friend is saying community police for the back when they buy. And ye, come. Now, former President Mahama, former President Mahama, a friend is saying the legacy. Maybe our chip headphones and the Makai for say, Monje, Namosa and Koswani, my baby. And they, you know, ye training car you for, you see hostel a momo, you see training school a momo. Training omo momo capital kwakusua ade and that is what we are doing on a number so no na omakaye for headpans say almost fast headpans no and konkosua no mamo. But this is what we have done. This is youth insecurity. Means more video no mumbo youth mumbo videos like can hear there.
Almost 11 to 12 years here. We were fear, me near to my Yamiadom. Why you buy me, who shame and my pass out.
You may be brain a man, FM. me ba ye na me obi a me ne me brothers ne dan me ba so me nua mo bi ko school me to me support we na de asa je koko bi a me sa ye den eye ka ho nti adwuma no de adwuma eye fine eboa yen.
My aspiration is to become Director General for Prison Service, and I think all I'm inspiring for will come true one day.
Na mmeranti we nyina nkom gufia ungide se anka krono ena omo bebo ana se niema emfata ena mo beye enei yebeto youth employment at 103,000 beneficiaries ye page mo ko 689,000 ye close to 500,000 beneficiaries ena ye dia babeka youth employment yi hu ene ye trainee young ye kai ye fo ye trainee omo na ya momu sika ne twete no omo de si omo de ayo omo ne omo no omo penda da de ne mbreso no na oma a friend say headpan or mom headpan say omonje no mo san fanko so anema e wodwum mo ya hwede ye makai fo menim say wo video no ha ye mbo video kakra bi on ye dia ye amakai fo na nse ye mu na former friend say omampani abedechi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eko bie kaya ye training center kaya empowerment program ano we see edan kese pa baako ashaman baako Madina osi baako Kumase osi baako ewo Techiman just to ensure say ye nuanom a omode omo hakodi kaya mu no ye bepe kwa bi so ne yi omo fi sa adwuma nim ne ya mom nsa ne adwuma ebetumi abo omo enti baako eba ye no obema omo head pan so omo san fanko so na omo bebre na omo fan ye kaye ye adwuma ne yi baako so ba ye o se da bi ye wo kwan bebre be fa so omo mudidwa ebetumi de omo noma akomo kae mu yempe ekwan foforo so ne yemboa emrante no wo hwe obenkum so a former president Mahama eche head pan se kaye fo emfanko so noma wo hwe woni fa so a Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia esi training center hostel ho ka yefo ida ho omo da ho no so omo training no aban tue omo ka whilst they are training omo training via na aban amomo akade a omo de ba ko bi omo nnwuma na omo so etumi ede ahye adwuma kakra ase anye hwe krampo no obi wo ho a no filate e no ba be kaya yi onya insane adwuma obekọ fie na wakọ akoto na adwuma so obi wo no fi Busa South obi wo no fi Kumase obi wa no fi Techiman obi wa no fi Sandema obi wa no fi Damongo eno ba nkran so be ye kaya ye nchi ndi se kaya adwuma no ena sese nipa ne ye na oye kaya adwuma na onya 50 years a obetumi nya sisi aso anoma nti we are providing sustainable way for these young people and these young girls and young boys to survive enunti ena Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ebie sa kaya ye center yi anui hwe facility way Kaye Empowerment Training Center kama yesi and this is what baby omudeni this is the room this is the hostel baby omoda obi a odaka kwan ho obi oda store no omoda kiosk ho omoda dwam ene ya nsuo toyi nsuo muna na pra na paya onim baby obefa na ukofa Newtown na se nsuo to na hu sene a nkolai edi omo ho akɔhye rubber mu na nsuo tɔ na ɔhye rubber mu a na ubemu na wo no wo se ɔno nje hwiaseamɔ sesa refer no hwiaseamɔ headpan na ɔnfa nkɔso anuoma na ɔnsan ɔntoa so nda kiosk ano na ɔnkɔso nda kaa kwan ho Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia se dabi ɛsi ɛpɛ kwan foforo ne kwan papa so ɛde bɛboɔ mo and this is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has done to provide a sustainable and dignified way of living for our Kayaye brothers and sisters. Omo classroom omo disu ade ni na ohwe sane a mmaba yi ne mrantie ye train you omo ewia omo ahye omo ntarea in all the objective this year be 25,000 Kayaye for this first phase 5,000 we mu na first batch ye train you omo wie na ya ma omo boso bi etu omo ka na ya sa ma omo ho akade se omo fanko ye omo adwuma o mpe we na wopɛdɛn wompɛ we na wopɛdɛn ene anya hwe krampo no okofie a etumi ka so no so a share graduation gown a ekye se okura body ekye se osua makeup se osua soap making se osua detergent bi osua ye osua liquid soap bibia osua bia no okura ho abodi krata ono so why ho graduation ekye se just as all other girls are having the opportunity, all other girls nails ne nyama nyina yi acrylic nails in the cake awunyina young girls and no munyina omusua. That is what we have done, and this is our scorecard for our YEA models. Look at this. 2008, 2006 to 2008, President Kufuor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 models. 2012, 2016, Mahama 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 models. 2017, 2024, Nana Dankwa Kufuor, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 models. 2006, 2008, 106,000 beneficiaries. 2012, 2016, 103,000. 2017, 2024, 680,000. 689,848. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our scorecard for the YEA. Now, minim say ebia yebenya YEA for testimonials be ba ko mienu bia na nka yembo quickly na yenko onto the other things.
To me, no, YEA no, aside the salary, no, what I am benefit from it is more than the salary.
I make a vocational school. Me vocational school no. Na me fa challenges be brave. Me niska me de beto ovi. Me niska me de be she. It's one na me say YEA nka. Na me apply na se me adom. YEA for farm. First na me ye ejuma YEA farm no. Yansa na o menye sika kwa na ye din. Be ma kwa be mo sika just on why you bibi ansa na o sika na eden o di ama. And so YEA adaromanti we yi ni asu echa.
We are impacting lives and we will continue to impact lives. The Youth Employment Agency has successfully recruited 282 persons with disabilities possessing at least a senior high school qualification. These individuals have been appointed as staff members of our agency.
I am very, very happy and grateful to management of YEA, especially Chief Executive, because in the histories of YEA, we have not employed a mass number of persons with disabilities like we are seeing today. No organization, whether private or government, have employed
Mobekai, yeni omo no omo hwe toll booth. Eso a no mo te toll booth no mo no mo ye adwuma. Ye suspended toll booth adwuma ntina aso mo adwuma sem asay no ai omo ne 282 no. For all of us our information no. YEA afomu nyina adwuma mu a omo ye adwuma abosome bia YEA etua omoka. The persons with disability na no moboa na ye rane na omboa na ye rane ye friend say toll booth no ene YEA afomu nyina omoboa na. The good news for 282 persons with disability ne say omo adwuma no a permanent employment a YEA afomu a YEA etua omoka bosome bia omo ye adwuma e de boa kanama permanent employment. YEA form on the boa eduma. And see, we move quickly to the NEIP. Abai be who say, Nana Dankwa Kufuor Abai be who say, you will be university, or maybe polytechnic, or medical school, or idea, or your business be obey, or innovation be, or will be a obey now, or one no or Pemboa, and Abai the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. Abranti ababa wo eniswade hu dai so bia eyesron ku bi a wo pemboa no aban beboa no we training na wo idea no waboa no we shape no we training wa wia no amaska na odi akwakoye NEIP edwuma mo hyase ebi nie ye nua bema former deputy minister John Kuma on a first CEO for the NEIP nyankopon enfa ne kra ensie obibia owobia na edwuma pa obeye ma oman Ghana. These are all beneficiaries sika abai we 150,000 the company near friend Relu Interactives. I'm paying man 150,000, 70,000 useful waste. Scribble word 70,000. Into several of them are buying a more muska. Now, a brandy way, someone no. We just say Negana, one of the fastest growing businesses, a pizza man, chicken man. This young, vibrant guy. Or not, what kind of story? No, severally. Our shall see, I know your pizza. Ewo, Kwame Nkrumah University, or you want a room. Our start saying kakran. Or we school no. And I'm NEIP, National Entrepreneur Innovation Program, yinti. Or to me, the home bedroom, Emma buying a so nothing. Emma no initial support, no. Emma pizza man, chicken man, a bear household name. This is some of the testament to the life-changing policies are buying diaba. Muhu abranti and so ne former CEO, Dr. John Kuma Etiho. Pizza man, chicken man, or ye graduate of NEIP. Let me put it that way. And this is a testimony. And the testament say when government comes together with one heart and one mind with the people, a lot of things can be achieved. Over the period, several things have been done. Abai provided support to persons with disability. More ideas and innovations. Ebinye, Nanadam Kukufa, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Netihoya, Omode support Emma Safui. We are tropical growers. We the Miami constituency, Miami district. Young people are almost participating in the presidential pitch. NEIP. Omu we are buying so much kakra. No mo ba akwamoso. No mo see omu greenhouse. Equipe not logo that way. Somebody na Miami oho. I visited this site myself. Omu yusu technology be a friend of hydroponics. Omu di nsuo ene dua cabbage, nsuo ne dua lettuce, nsuo ne dua carrot ni ade. I know omu toma a lot of the supermarket you can find in Accra, and these are all beneficiaries of the NEIP. Young guy, very young, vibrant guy, innovative guy. Idea or the buyer or pitch ma or mampeni through NEIP. Or mampeni who say, oh, my idea is a very good idea. And NEIP and warm and they set up tropical growers and they provided a lot of vegetables. You move a few vegetables, a be a kotoye, and most of the shops, you know, a free or more farms. This is a scorecard for the NEIP beneficiaries. Me no ka say emrantie ne maba dodo a NEIP e train omo e 267,000. Omo a aban amo musika after training e 52,168. Ena enam sa training yi ene aban sika e de amo omo nti enwuma omo tumi create ene pizza man chicken man. Mo hwe ono nko a enwuma we create on my way move across the country. Total jobs created under the NEIP program 103,871. This is our scorecard. Na the crack no Mr. Mo. Aban bie ni swade hu ne se ode nhyehyeye ne ntotoye a ebema enwuma aba oman yi mu ebeto akwemu. Job creation never ends. It is always something that government must keep doing and keep doing and keep doing and keep doing. Na aban we ye baye dodo na naka ma dodo na so na yaye na dodo na so de wo ho a ese se yetumi eye oka employment NDC for Becca show say na ye na nyume ni ho na we this election we are going into this election on the scorecards ye mo bia ntutu futu nhye ye ni ye mo bia emfa emotions emfa dada ye nko into the polls mo me hwe during the NDC time ye hwe de omo kan when the young people were asking for jobs. Even in
Accra here, somebody goes to where there are grasses. You are not just look for a cutlass or a sickle. Cut the grasses, put it in a sack, put it by the wayside for people who breed animals. Every single day, if you do that, somebody will come and buy. You don't need capital enough to do that.
But you need some skill, and these skills are unavailable.
Yeah, I'm talking about those who have that skill.
Okay.
And he said, okay, even in outskirts communities in Accra, go into the bush. Every stone you find, just lift them, put in a bucket, come and pour it there. Every day, do that for 1 month. You will have 2 trips or 3 trips of stone. You don't need any skill to do that.
So this opportunity too is there.
And there are lots of people who
but
are...
the president says we don't have the skills.
Yeah, no.
But you say you don't need skills for
no,
these.
He was
the
saying
examples
that,
you have given, you don't seem to need any skills for.
Yeah,
them.
you don't seem to need any skill. You just need to know that these things are available.
Papi Okase, you don't a cabinet minister. Honorable Rashid Pepo, no a cabinet minister. Ewo former President Mahama Abayanso. Omoko cabinet. Omunsusu ye no madri omodwe magana membu. Ekwanya ombefa so a yebenye adwuma man ye no ne se yebekwa kwatwa grass ye de abegu ka kwan ho ne yaton. Omadwe a na wo mtirim se ye de benye adwuma magana membu ne se yebekwa sesa embo efi enwurem ye de abegu ka kwan ho. Na da ben na obesesa ebo enya one trip efi bush abegu ka kwan ho. But that is the vision. That is the plan. Omo dream, and these are the same people are almost chance on Baba ministers. Omo for be amaye. Omo, and this is what they said. This is what they planned for us when we're asking them for jobs. Honorable Sami Ablako Kujoto, obi enu ene o twantro, obi enu o twantro wo man we mu say no. Obi enu o bɔ ne sire mu bɔ ne tiri mu kasa wo man we say MP we. Udi agbo be twantro to so sisi ya no wa kyekera so wa sisi ya. O kasa obeyi na no so ntumi yin na no. Obi enu we say no. De bia no ne nam no kaka. Sambre no na oye deputy minister of education or tertiary is institutions so university for the polytechnic. Ye kai say in 2013 ye kai say ye pe enwuma ye nya nti ye pe enwuma no sometime na eja ene NDC for running mate grandma Mami Jane no ye minister for education na Sami Okudje Tablakwa ene ye deputy na ye pe enwuma ye nya no or say there are no jobs for the graduates. And they or TV so no kasa as a we are saying nyina woni trim or kasa as ndo no fi asoro ahememba ye or kasa as a ono ye NG Gabriel Chiba asama o kache ye nie said there are no job for us oni adwuma bia man. This is what he told us today. He speaks like he's a cousin to Angel Michael, and these same people are the ones who are waiting and saying say yentu abamomo na omo ba be Ghana to say heaven. Yentu abamomo no mo ba omba be Ghana te say wiase ayenhu bida. NDC everyone say papa we Rasmu Barak no National Youth Authority under the NDC edu be because no National Youth Authority CEO or Bibisa e ma ne be MP ne ade nyina o ka kire say NDC for create 600,000 jobs under Mahama. That's what they told us. Then statistical service for guys say there be 600,000 jobs na mo kan dem mo 207,000 jobs in our creative. That's the statistical service. As for this contradictions, put there, yeah, far high baby. Omo ankasa do baby no mo contradict omo ho. Omo ankasa iti mensa. Ebe kai say enye no kre say omo creative. Inti we see creative 600,000. We see creative 270,000. We see creative 1.7 million jobs. We see creative 1.6. Government is unaware of our Black West 1.6 million jobs. Iti mensa. Emna make out. Iti Mensa, not our employment minister under the NDC. Or say, 1.6 million jobs be now Black worker on baby or cover free. Or not as employment minister, or on Gini BB as our. And so you hear these people sit on TV and speak and talk as if say, me say, open politician will try and throw my way pay Okudje Tablakwa. Will try and trust you, obey try and trust what is here. No, I teach us wow. We nim from student days nim from student politics or call nooks or call CJ nyina sa obekasa den wa chechera so wow na wakeka niam bom embre so na sa wakaso meyi na no na fe ototo papa so this is our scorecard enwuma no bebre na aka esese ye bebre na wohwa esese ba. But for us in the MPP, we are very confident in what we have done. And this is the scorecard in terms of job creation. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. The total number of jobs are buying we akabum with private sector and the public sector and the BBI creating 2,255,982 jobs. This is our scorecard. There are lots of people who are looking for jobs. Emrante bebre ne pe nyuma ye, bebre na ka ye nyanya nyuma mom. But say ye dia waye dodoa ye jitu mu say between yen ene yanom de anka yenya ye ni nyina nwie mrante bebre penwuma ye emaba ha bebre penwuma ye but si ye ka pa de a anka ye be ka say ye deliver a lot more than they have. So why don't you give the MPP an opportunity? Give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia an opportunity to take this country to the next chapter of Ghana's development and show us what it is that he would also do and add to the development of this country. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, in terms of job creation, no, is going to help to train over 1 million youth in IT. Senebe sa digital driver ye pushi nyina yi ebeboa na mrantie ene mmaba nso enya edwuma aye. It is very important say you betumi ama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia opportunity na sa enwume ya o pushi a opeso de be obetumi aye den aye aboyen. A lot of the people and a year training in TVET, technical vocation, brain year training. Why don't we give them opportunity to also have these jobs that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is preparing for them? As Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is expanding the industrial base, a lot more jobs will be created. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, "Obesity of Minerals Development Bank, I will be provided financial backbone. I'm a small scale miners. Now small scale miners, Ghana for Ankasa, etu menye sika ye here, na dey share mining mu, ni etu Ghana egudie, na enyuma na ye den, etu emu etumi atre, eba so a enyuma bebrebe ye den, ebeba." Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say he is going to ensure say obema persons with disability enya free tertiary education. What it means then is that a lot of our persons with disability ebenya your friend is saying the needed requisite skills no more to me e dey ye enyuma. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say obem making sure say ye importers no niam mo kafi abuchie no duties dey etua port no ebe bafem na ene ye neighboring countries no aye almost the same, and I say even lower than that. Send your beya and you know, so we a businessman, as I would do near me fear butcher a cow to you and bit me a coffee, send a bit me a father door, now I had the door, and no better one, no what send a jumum, no what funny benny day. It is extremely important, say, you remember Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, sa opportunity no, now I near money dear, baby, yeah, and nay, we've spoken about youth development, we've spoken about sports. We've spoken about government's little contribution towards employment. It is quite obvious, extremely obvious, say, between the NDC and the MPP, you know, when it comes to job creation in Kwandie, we have done a lot more than the NDC. Yet, there are a lot more young people out there who are looking for jobs to do. And I believe, say, when we give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the opportunity to lead this country from January 2025, and the 2.2 on also be to me the Dodwaye day Aboagye. I think that going into the future, this is what we are talking about. Today, as we discuss all these things under youth development and employment, it is extremely important that we keep it in mind and note, say, December 7th, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, vote for the future of the youth of this country. Vote for the future of the young unemployed person in this country. Vote for the future of the generations unborn. Allow Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to come and build and develop the next chapter of Ghana's development. But that's it. Say, what spend the last 1.5 hours. Now, only a din komo a bepem sambri. Yawada, 7:30 p.m. Your best and swish. Like I keep saying, next chapter show, yen diatem. Ye kase ntia nipa ye nkase ntwi pani bia de ye ne se ye kire de MPP aban ye baaye ye tumi aye ne ya ma wonyina so ntia esese woto aba ye de ye gidie ne se between the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party ye ya boye homoden ese yomo but bebree so na aka ye nya ye wi aye gidi se esese ye tumi ye gidi so se between John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on ye corrupt, or dinokre, or ye competent, or wahobrasie, ne hojo, na hofama, any okoy of faso bobo and nipano, a ye juano, and only leadership qualities are here going into the future. Former President Mahama on dinokre, or kasa, or dane danenano, or ye corrupt, your evidence on record say or you corrupt and a corruption a born home. Or only the only vice president the president and my commission investigation tiano in corruption related cases. Or no pay any president contractor it will man bribe or G not contractor no woman contract. Or no pay any president yet to me bisa say are you corrupt or not or to be bisa say as a human being and as a president. Or no pay any president or to me the international shame every or my in say investigation on corruption e koso abuchire no ni dimbe mu say or your friend a government official one or ni nuanom ewura keta hye ene proyemu ono pe ene na ba mu judges at court e ka say dia mu ye die time mu luti mu create ena mu luti ena mu share che say mo am ko hye dem na mo achechire na mo hye na mo ache ono pe ene nipa saa dwumedie no e bon no ngindi say asoman no ye pese ye ko ye chibiem de obeye bia wetumi aye de asese ode bo man yi bia no ye ma no kwan ma ne ye ma obi foforo so kwan no no so na dwinche ne dai so eda de timu no ono so fa beboa oman no sanipa no and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and that is the next chapter that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is preaching to this country, that he is bringing bold solutions for the future of this country, looking at where we have come from, what we have achieved, protecting what we have achieved, and then looking into the future, the plans he has for us. We will say in the next 6 months, by the time I be didn't come out, I bet to adwin ya, you be years and come day nyame ya doma, obeto in super, a good Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and this one so. Now 7 December in Kunimdie, Ababa Yenedie. And I'm very confident and very sure say between some penny for me and Kwadie and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a better option and the leader for this country than the former president. Makramunina.
Say